Hi guys, and welcome back to I Speak English. My name's Hayley, and in this lesson today we're actually going to do a Christmas lesson since we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. This lesson will be useful for you whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Might not be too useful for the C1 exam, but either way it'll give you some kind of normal vocabulary that you can use in everyday life. We're actually going to be looking at a poem. It's a very famous Christmas poem. It was written in about 1823, I believe, and it's kind of responsible for this image of Christmas that we have in the West. So the image of Santa Claus and reindeer and all of that stuff. This poem basically created that image, essentially. So before we take a look at it, do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and do give this video a little like if you learned something new today. It just helps it to reach more people so that they can learn English as well for free every week. And don't forget I upload long form videos every Saturday and shorts every single day, so you can learn English for free if you are subscribed and you won't miss a video. So click that subscribe button and we're going to get started. Okay, so let's take a look at this poem then. So the name of the poem is "Twas the Night Before Christmas." Like I said, it's a very old poem. It was written in 1823, so it's a good, oh my god, almost, it is 200 years old, this poem, yeah, 1925, 2025, it's 200 years old, this poem. However, the language that's used in it, we still use it today. The vast majority of words here, and every single word that I have highlighted in red, we do use. Okay, so it is going to be useful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this poem once through for you, and then afterwards we're going to take a look at the vocabulary. Okay, so here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. So that is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Hopefully you understood quite a bit of that. If you didn't, don't worry, we're going to take a look at the vocabulary now. So let's have a look then. So even the title, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now, we don't really use this anymore because this is an old kind of grammatical feature of Old English. It's just short for "it was." We do not use it anymore. I don't know why, because it kind of makes sense to use it. But yeah, if you say "twas," it does give this very old impression, or like it's like a literary thing. It's all like you might read it in a book, but even then, it's like hundreds of years old. This we wouldn't say it. You can also do it with "tis" as well. For example, we say "'tis the season" at Christmas, and that means "'tis the season." So let me just write down some of this stuff for you here. If we take a look. So 'twas the night before Christmas. 'Twas, as we said, just means It was. Okay. All right, our next word, let's take a look. So, 'twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Okay, so stirring. So you might know this word to stir as in you stir a cup of tea, or you stir some soup or something. When you put a spoon in something and you do this, you stir it. This is a completely different meaning of the word stir. Okay, so not a creature was stirring. We say that you stir in your sleep. If you stir in your sleep, it just means that you kind of, let's say you're sleeping and then you kind of move a little bit and you wake up a little and then you go back to sleep. That's to stir in your sleep. So if we say not a creature was stirring, it's like nothing was moving. There was absolute silence. Everyone was completely dead asleep. Okay, not a creature was stirring. It was silent. So to stir, I'll write this down here. To stir means to kind of move slightly in your sleep and to wake up a little. Okay, it's to stir. All right, so not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care. So you probably know what a stocking is, really. You probably see them in shops. You hang them on your chimney. They're just like big socks. They kind of look like this. And you put presents in them. You put kind of little presents in them. Just kind of silly things, maybe an orange, bit of chocolate, I don't know, a pair of socks, something like that. And then you open them on Christmas Day. Let me know if you do stockings in your house, if you celebrate. For me, it's not really a thing. I've never done stockings in our house, although I don't know if this is a Northern English thing, but in the north of England, or at least in my house anyway, my parents would put presents in a pillowcase and put the pillowcase at the end of my bed. I don't know if this is just a Northern English thing or they do it in the South as well, I'm not sure. But that was our kind of stocking, was a pillowcase rather than a sock or a stocking. But yeah, that's what a stocking is, pretty simple. So the stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds. Okay, so I've got two words there. Nestled and snug. All right, so nestled. So nestled, this is a kind of cute sort of word, to be nestled. If you're nestled, you're like, you've got like lots of blankets over you and you're comfy and you're warm and you're just like nestled in, you know, really cozy. I don't know if it comes from the word nest. It might do, you know, like a bird's nest, and you're just kind of in the nest like that. It might do, but yeah, you're nestled in. You're cozy and warm, and you're kind of crunched up like this, nestled. All snug in their beds. Snug is kind of a bit similar to nestled. Yeah, if you're snug, again, you're warm. You're cozy. Yeah, that's how I can describe it, really. Just warm and cozy, snug. We also have the verb to snuggle, which is like to cuddle, but even cuddlier, even warmer. So snug would be the adjective, meaning warm and cozy. And snuggle would be the verb, meaning to kind of cuddle or like hug someone, but lying down. Yeah, in a warm, cozy way. To snuggle. And we also have nestle as well. So nestle would be a verb. Yeah, meaning to get cozy and warm. But it would normally be lying down. Or maybe lying on the sofa as well. Okay. Alright, so the children were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Okay, sugar plums, this is like the one thing that I have underlined here that's not really relevant to today's society. I don't think people eat these anymore, but a sugar plum was a typical Christmas sweet, let's say, in the 1820s. We don't eat them anymore. Definitely not. I mean, I've never seen a sugar plum in my life. I'll try and get a picture of it. If I can find one, I'll put it up here. But yeah, sugar plum's just a sweet thing. So visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. So they were dreaming about sugar plums. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap. Okay, so kerchief is short word for handkerchief. Okay. Handkerchief. A handkerchief is just like piece of material that you use to like wipe your nose, but it's like a reusable one. It's like a piece of cloth, and then you would wash it regularly rather than like a paper tissue. So a handkerchief is like that. But here, kerchief means something you would wrap around your head. Old women, well, not old women. Women in like, even, I don't know, maybe the 1970s in the UK used to wear these things around their head, just a piece of material to kind of cover their hair, and you would tie it under your chin like that. I'll see, if I can get a picture of it, I'll put it up there so that you can understand it better. But yeah, here it just means that she's got like a head covering on. Okay. So Mama in her kerchief with her head covering, and I in my cap, okay, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Settle down, phrasal verb. You should kind of know settle down by now. Settle down, actually it has two meanings. Settle down can mean when you kind of stabilize your life and you decide, okay, I'm going to stay here in this part of the world, and I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to get married and have a family and get my house, and you settle down in that place. Here, however, we just settled down for a long winter's nap means you just, relaxed and kind of gone to sleep. Like everything is quiet, you're calm, you're relaxed, you settle down. Okay, so we just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Okay, a clatter. A clatter is actually a type of noise. So it'd be kind of, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's onomatopoeic or not, but if something clatters, like if you drop something, let's say I drop my phone, and it goes like that, then it clatters. So if you drop something, let's say, that's not glass, if it's made of wood, or if it's made of metal, and it kind of goes bang, 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 then that's to clatter. Okay, so it arose with such a clatter. So when out on the lawn, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. So outside in the garden, there was a big noise, and I jumped up from bed to see what was happening. Okay, away to the window, I flew like a flash. Okay, flash is something that happens really quickly. We often talk about like a flash of light would be a very quick burst of light. But you can also do something in a flash if you do it really fast. Okay, there's also the comic book character, the Flash, who runs really fast. So that's to flash, to do anything quickly. So away to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. Okay, the sash refers to just a type of window. It's a type of window that you pull upwards to open it. Okay, so he threw open the shutters and threw up the sash. Okay, pretty simple. When what, to my wondering eyes, should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Okay, reindeer, you probably know, it's Santa's pets, let's say, or the animals. They look like deer, they've got like antlers on their head. I'll put a picture here if you're not sure what a reindeer is. And a sleigh is basically Santa's car. Again, I'll put a picture up here if you don't know what a sleigh is. Okay, so what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a literal driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick, short for Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came. Okay. This, maybe we wouldn't use this anymore. Coursers, meaning runners. Okay, it comes from, I'd imagine it comes from Latin, to course, to run. Okay, so more rapid than eagles his coursers they came, his runners, or the reindeer. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Okay, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Thunder and Blitzen. So they are the 8 names of his reindeer. Okay, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Thunder, Blitzen. Then we've got to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Okay, a porch, we have these in the UK. They're quite common if you live in a house. So you've got your house and the front door. And let's say you have a really small mini room in front of your front door. So it's like where you would, take your shoes off and hang up your umbrella, put your jackets. So it's like an entry way into your house before you get into the main house. Again, I'll put a photo up here if you're not sure what it is. So to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, so going up the house. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. So to dash, again, to do something really fast. Okay, dash away is usually to run very fast. If you dash, you can say, for example, sorry, I can't stop, I've got a dash. It's like I've got to run. Okay, I've got to go quick. Okay, and that's it. And that is the night before Christmas. It was quite a quick one today, just a quick little Christmas lesson for you. But that is Twas the Night Before Christmas. Very famous poem. I think this is not the whole poem. This is just a couple of verses. If you want to read the rest of it, just Google Twas the Night Before Christmas and you can read the rest. But that is where we get our version of Christmas from, or it's rumoured that that's where this vision of Santa Claus with the reindeers came from. So yeah, that's it. So if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a lovely Christmas, have fun, I hope you enjoy it and it's stress-free and you can just kind of relax with your family. Let me know in the comments what you're doing for Christmas this year. I'm staying in Spain this year, not going anywhere, had a busy year, so I'm going to stay here, cook some food, chill out with friends, and hopefully have a nice relaxing time. So that's it from me for today. Again, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and give this video a little like if you learned something new today. It just helps it to get to more people, like I said. And if you do want to join any of my classes for the new year, I do have a Cambridge C1 group that's still running. I'm also available for conversation classes. I also have a conversation group as well if you want to get your conversation up a little bit. You can go to www.englishclassesonline.co.uk and you can book a class with me there. I'd be happy to help you to get your English going for the new year. Right, so that's all from me for today, and I'll see you in another class next year. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon.